Well, Ashish, many thanks for joining us and speaking to Bloomberg Quint. Interesting survey of the dealership as well. We are roughly 4 months into when the entire auto industry has also opened up. The dealership are back to almost roughly about 100% levels as well. We saw the last month, the SIAM data, where the wholesale dispatch was slightly up. I'll be on a very lower base as compared to last year. But based on the survey that you have done, what are the main issues the dealers are facing, and where are we heading from here?
We have done a recent survey among dealership to understand their mood and overall expectation regarding their upcoming festive season. How are they seeing it? So our interaction and their feedback is that they are cautiously optimistic. Like majority of them are seeing only at the flattish or marginal sub 5% growth in the volume, which is lower than what OEMs are talking about. So the mood is overall guarded, and the retail demand has actually trailed behind the wholesale dispatches in the recent months. Dealership inventory level were quite low, maybe 2-3 months back, because OEMs have also not pushed them very hard, and the entire focus was on liquidation of the inventory and to support the cash flows of the dealerships. But in the recent time, anticipating decent festive season, there has been push from OEMs towards dealerships, and some inventory buildup is already happening up.
So Ashish, talk to me about the issues. There's a larger issues in terms of financing, both in terms of retail financing and inventory financing, and that's also appeared based on our conversation with dealers as well. That's one of the larger issues that the dealers are facing right now. How big are the concerns?
Financing continues to remain a major concern for the industry because lenders are becoming increasingly stringent while sanctioning new loans. You have seen in the recent time a lot of dealerships, I'm talking about pre-COVID, they have spent heavily towards showroom modernization because a lot of push has come from the OEM side itself. And this because coupled with slow sales, so a slowdown in the overall automotive industry, that has impacted their overall credit profile. So now the lenders are becoming increasingly cautious towards wholesale funding. Over and above that, even the retail funding is also witnessing a lot of scrutiny. Like our interaction, almost 26% of dealerships are saying that there has been increase in the rejection rate at the retail financing level, which is a concern because even the retail financing is come under pressure. And financing is one of the major drivers for growth because almost 80% of the cars in India are getting financed. So if retail financing is also starting facing pressure, it will actually take a toll on the overall industry volume.
What do you think are the key reasons which is driving the cautiousness, which is enabling, which is leading to the tightening of the purse by the banks and NBFCs?
This has been the trend in the past also. In the earlier slowdown, whenever there is increase in delinquency and the overall income level of customers gone down, the lenders become extremely cautious. So there is nothing new in it, but what it actually impact is directly started impacting the retail volume level. What is done by several OEMs is they have come out with some innovative policies, financing schemes like lower EMI in the initial months and maybe ballooning subsequently, so that there is certain kind of comfort for the overall consumer's cash flow in the initial few months. Scrutiny and the increasing concerns regarding retail financing is a big issue.
How much of that you think can impact in terms of sales? Because demand and sale uptake is one of the key focus the industry is focusing on. We have seen a prolonged slowdown, which has started 2018 festive season, and it has come on top of the COVID as well. So uptick of sale is really important for OEMs, for dealers as well. So how much of the impact because of this muted, cautious sentiment of banks and NBFCs is having them on the sales pickup?
It is very difficult to quantify a number to that, definitely. But what actually results in a problem is, let's say, if a consumer get rejected for a loan, it will take around 2 to 3 months for that particular consumer to come back to the showroom and again apply for a loan, because it also has a sentimental or psychological impact. So definitely that needs to be taken care of, but quantifying a number on how much impact it will be on the sales is very difficult.
And when do you think, what's the road ahead now? When do you think things will stabilize? What is that can give banks also the confidence to come back And also, is there a liquidity concern? Because based on
liquidity concern in the financing, there is no concern regarding liquidity in the financing cycle. And the banks are one of the primary lender in the passenger vehicle market, and even the larger NBFC. So there are no issues per se. What is concern is basically they are tightened their purse for certain consumer, and that return delinquency level also expected to increase in the months. So maybe it will actually remain high maybe till December quarter, and may start moderating thereafter. So since delinquency level are going to increase or will increase in the coming months, they are becoming cautious. But it is a short-term impact, and I think maybe over a period of let's say 2 or 3 months, but the economy is back on the track, I think the financiers will again go back to the normal level.
And same goes for the inventory level as well, the inventory financing.
Inventory financing, yeah. Certain dealers will continue to face an issue. So it's not a very direct commentary over there. Certain dealers will definitely face a lot of financing issues, and they will witness closure of the businesses. Among the larger dealerships, I think they will be okay and they will survive, and some consolidation may also happen. So that is there.
Okay, and lastly, based on your conversation with dealers, are dealership closures happening right now?
Yeah.
How deep into the stress dealers are right now?
Dealers are under severe stress, and it's not only about the smaller dealers shutting down their shop. Actually, the larger dealers are also consolidating, and they are maybe reducing the overall manpower, at least in the smaller dealerships or the loss-making outlets. So actually, they are also consolidating their operations and trimming down their overall overheads.
So any data on the dealership shutdowns as well, based on your conversation?
No, because what we have interacted
shutdowns are happening.
What we have interacted is like few of them are very large dealerships, so the credit profile is pretty strong. So in that context, they are okay, but we have not seen any specific closure in our portfolio. But definitely, they have curtailed down their operations and shut down few of their outlets which were non-viable given the low demand.
And lastly, your outlook for the sector, how things are and how the demand will pick up now.
So what we see as a rough road, people are very cautiously optimistic. There are certain segments like passenger vehicle and two-wheeler and tractors that are witnessing traction in passenger vehicle and in the motorcycle or in the two-wheeler. We are seeing a lot of traction in the entry-level segment. So that is also getting evident from the strong wholesale dispatches. So there is definitely a traction. Inquiry levels and conversion level are also pretty okay. Actually, conversion level has increased because only serious buyers are coming to the showroom and inquiring for a vehicle. So on that way, it's okay. But a lot of stress is there on the commercial vehicle side, and you will find the credit profile of those entities under tremendous pressure.
Right. So basically, we are seeing traction. We are seeing interest from people coming to the dealerships to purchase a vehicle. Demand is slowly picking up. But financing is something which needs to be taken care of, which can also sort of boost the sales as well going ahead.
Yep. Definitely, yes.
Right. Ashish, really appreciate for your time and speaking to Bloomberg. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nishant. Bye.